I still alive? The baby. Mother, time to go.
Okay, Samus. Everything's normal.
I awoke to the familiar voice of a quarantine officer.
Let's try sitting up, huh? Slowly now.
A dream. I had been reliving the tragic moments of my recent past. Thanks to the hyper beam, which was given to me somehow by the baby, I laid Mother Brain to waste. And the explosion that followed destroyed Planet Zebes, along with the remains of Mother Brain, the space pirates, and my long-standing nemesis, Ridley, and the baby.
Come on, Samus. Let's go next door.
Right, let's get started. Ready for a quick test, Samus? Let's start with a little warm-up. Try a charge beam for me.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my new Let's Play of Metroid Other M. And I gotta say, that intro was fucking epic. Like, that was CG level that was CG on the level of, I don't know, the game we just played last. I guess I have a thing for games that have outstanding CG cutscenes. I don't know.
Sharp-looking charge beam, just the way I like it.
Why this game of all games? Why Metroid Other M? Why not Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, Metroid Zero Mission? I don't know, there's enough Metroid games. Metroid Prime 1, 2, 3. There are so many games I could have played from this franchise. Why this one?
Alright, stand in the middle of the room.
Well, you could say it had something to do with how well my last LP worked out. Why did I do...
Surprised?
Yeah, I am surprised.
From there, climb to work your way up.
What was I saying? The reason why I did Sonic Unleashed was I just wanted to play, for a change, I wanted to play a game that I really enjoy. And at the same time, I just wanted to play a game that people that is very controversial, that people say is bad, that they or just is that's just overlooked, or people say it's mediocre.
Okay, looking good.
But I love the game. I love Sonic Unleashed, and I love this game.
Let's check your reaction time. Here comes some beams. Dodge 'em.
I know that.
Okay, those are the moves I remember.
that what? That's not what you do. You can shake the Wii remote. Whatever. As I was saying, we're just dodging these enemies right now. I don't know if there's anything else. Okay.
Remember how that feels.
I sure as hell do remember how it feels.
How about a missile test? Use concentration to replenish your missiles.
So, yeah, why do I like this game? People think it's one of the worst in the franchise. Probably even as underwhelming as something like Metroid Prime Hunters. And I just can't understand why. I can understand this game is very different from Metroid Prime or other games of that.
Looks like you ticked them off.
Other games in the franchise. But whoa! I accidentally unplugged my headphones. Wait. So yeah, let's continue beating up this enemy. As I was saying, it's a very different title in the series, but I personally think it doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, it has a ton of flaws, actually. There's gonna be a ton of flaws that I'm gonna also point out, and don't worry, I'm not just gonna gush about the game and dismiss every single flaw it may or may not have, but I think this game is wonderful. It's not very Metroid. It's not a good Metroid. You could say it's a good game, but it's not a good Metroid game. I just personally think that it's a very good game in general. Now, the first thing that you'll notice about this game is the lack of the option to play it with an analog stick. You have to play it with a Wiimote. It's just a Wiimote, holding it sideways, and
Now, jump on its head. Sam, now's your chance.
what was I saying? Oh yeah, you have to play it with the Wiimote alone, holding it sideways and moving with the D-pad and things like that. The control scheme is weird, but but you get used to it. The controls themselves are not bad. It's just that the control scheme itself is weird.
Don't hold back.
There would have been some controller options. The control would have been pretty damn good.
Allow adequate room around you during power bomb. All right, Samus. That's it for the test.
All right, so we're done with the little introduction tutorial thing.
Quite a bit of damage. It's unbelievable how well you've held up.
I wondered if this too was a result of the power the baby gave me.
Right. You're due in the meeting room. The big dogs are waiting. I gave your suit a polish so you'd be at least somewhat presentable.
Not even a fragment. None of the baby remained on me. I knew it to be true, but still couldn't help looking at my palm for a sign. Never again would I encounter the baby. Never. The finality of it struck me once again. Mission completed. The planet Zebes was annihilated, and all Metroids were exterminated. A simple report, almost dull even, but it felt momentous to me.
So yeah, if you remember if you have played Super Metroid, then yeah, this is a pretty much a sequel to that game. At least it continues the story arc a bit. So yeah, the baby Metroid was killed at the end of Super Metroid, and this is kind of the continuation of that. And the intro cutscene was actually a CG reimagining of the last battle in Super Metroid.
Baby's cry. A common SOS with the urgency of a baby crying. The nickname comes from the fact that the purpose of the signal is to draw attention. The signal was coming from a remote part of space. I altered the course of my ship as if this detour had already been part of my flight plan. Babies cry. It was as though it was crying specifically for me.
If stars move by that fast, then you would be moving at way past light speed, and things would look a little different, more like an LSD trip. Introducing the bottle ship, the main area of the game we're currently playing. No, it's the main area of Super Mario 3D World. We're introduced to the worst gameplay style of the game. You have to manually look around. Well, in this you can't move your head, and later ones you can move your head. But in this you can't. You have to find something to examine, and sometimes these things that you have to, and it doesn't show you at all what exactly you have to examine. And the things you have to examine are sometimes very non-obvious. Gotta get that exploration aspect of Metroid in the game somehow. Let's make completely frustrating scan segments where you're given no clue as to what exactly you're searching for. I don't know. Well, anyway. Yeah. This game was not developed by Nintendo. It was developed by Team Ninja, the people who also make the 3D Ninja Gaiden games. And epic move there. Hi. Hi. Hey guys, want a party?
Fancy meeting you here, princess. Remember me?
Anthony.
That face.
There's only one person who calls me princess. And that person is Anthony Higgs of the Galactic Federation Army.
Haven't seen you since that last mission. Hey, and your buddy's here too.
Adam Malkovich, a general in the Galactic Federation Army. Not only a trusted confidant, but also my former superior officer. Yes, there was a time when I was enrolled in the Galactic Federation Army. And then I was young and inexperienced. As the result of a certain incident, I left Adam's command and set out on my path as a solitary bounty hunter.
Bullshit.
What are you doing here?
The first words out of his mouth were typical coming from Adam. To answer his question, I recounted the details of what had brought me to this place, and then I asked what circumstances led the Federation here.
That information is not for an outsider.
The word he so obviously chose, outsider, pierced my heart.
Commander, we're all prepped.
No dice. I think our only option is to use the laser to slowly burn our way through. This is gonna take a while.
The electrical system here is out, and we can't get the barrier wall to open. We tried using explosives, but it's tricky to pull off without collateral damage. What we need is some way to focus the power onto one centralized location.
What kind of maniac laugh was that? Like,
Let's go.
duh, duh, duh.
I'm gonna go on ahead.
Adam hadn't authorized it, but I decided to remain on site for the sake of the others.
Well, you know, in Metroid games, it's usually a thing that at the beginning of the game, you're allowed to use a lot of your abilities, and then something takes them away from you, or you aren't even you have to get all your powers back again. In this game, the reason for it is completely freaking stupid. For some things it makes sense, like missiles and bombs. Those could do some actual damage, and I guess Adam doesn't really trust Samus. But then there's things that we'll get into later, which is completely freaking stupid. Like, why do some of these things need to be authorized? All right. Now we're getting into one of our first real battles. We had a simulation kind of thing, and now we're just battling these things. The normal beam has gotten a significant upgrade. It now homes in on things. It has auto aim pretty much, and yeah, you don't need to worry about anything else anymore. Oh, yeah, I can't use bombs, of course. It's been a while. I've only ever played through this game once. I'm not exactly sure, like... Oh, I can't use missiles either, can I? Can I use a charge beam? I can! Beautiful. Yeah, I haven't played this game in a while, so... yeah, I don't know. So anyway, as I was saying, there's some things later down the road that are gonna be a bit stupid. Well, why Adam doesn't authorize... You're just wondering, why doesn't he authorize this? It could potentially... really help Samus, but nah, ain't feeling it, I guess. He just wants to see Samus suffer a bit. Well, anyway, as I was saying, this game was developed by Team Ninja, and it's very different as a result. It is not nearly as non-linear. There's the non-linearity there's some hidden item here. I want to see if I can find the hidden item. Huh. It's a hidden item? It's supposed to be somewhere here. Whatever, I'll just go up now. Sorry. Kind of wasting your time here. Yeah, as a result, it's a lot more linear. And it's kind of a bit like Metroid Fusion, but even more linear. I don't mind it, but I guess it's kind of against the Metroid spirit. I really don't mind having this game being a little more linear than the other ones, because I don't mind a little linearity in my games. Like, I am not the very explorative type. I like some exploration, like in Sonic games, where you have the alternate pathways that get you through the stage faster, but that's just the thing. I think exploration in games, to me, always should be optional. You should never be required to explore. You should always be able to beat the game just by running through it, pretty much. And I guess you're gonna die a lot because the exploration would get you some extra things that would help you a lot. But you know, like in Zelda, if you would. It would always be told where the next dungeon is, but it's almost it will be very hard. Yeah, like the heart pieces. The heart pieces are a very good idea. They get you. They have some. That's optional exploration done right. It helps you a lot, but it's not required to beat the game. Yeah. So the game is just like teaching us pretty much some of our new abilities. There we go, one of our first items, but Adam has not yet authorized the use of bombs. I cannot blast through there, so yeah, fuck you, Adam. Well, so far it's only Samus's decision. She was like, nope, I won't use things. Yeah. By the way, talking about Metroid Fusion, with it having a similar approach, that game is, I like that game a lot too. That used to be one of my top 5 favorite games of all time, and I still would place it at least in the top 15. But yeah, this game is, I think it's pretty sweet too. Even if I'm pretty alone on that, and there are people who are like, oh my god, you're what's wrong with the Metroid with the Metroid fandom, and that you're the person that's gonna kill the Metroid franchise in the end, because they'll listen to you and make more games like this, and that will kill the Metroid franchise because people hate this. I don't know. I think this game is pretty sweet, and I wouldn't mind seeing a game like this, but it would have to have some improvements. As a standalone game, this is fine, but there's so many things that could improve. Yeah. Anyway. Here we go. The navigation booth. There's something interesting I want to say here. First of all, well, that's not first of all. Wait, listen to the music. Oh, there's no music yet. I can't show what I was going to show you. So yeah, these are the navigation rooms. They're pretty much, yeah, they're pretty much a bit like the save. Yeah, I know. There's there's no normal save points anymore, I guess. There's just these navigation rooms, which I guess is another throwback to Metroid Fusion. So that's that. I like that.
He's dead.
No shit!
Someone or something attacked him.
Imagine if someone was just, I don't know, ripped into pieces completely on the ground, and then someone would just come along like, he's dead.
It was obvious that there was some pervasive danger throughout the facility. I didn't know what had brought Adam here, but I did know that cooperation was imperative if we were to restore safety. Adam, listen to me. Clearly, this facility is in complete disorder. It might be too dangerous for your men to go alone. That's why I've...
Look at that!
They're coming out of the wall!
All right, stay calm.
What is it?
So now we are treated to our first boss in the game. It's just kind of a little thing to get you started. Like, you have all your allies which are helping you and are gonna be essential to the boss fight pretty much. But yeah, it's just a little thing to get you started. Like, there's gonna be boss fights in the game. This is pretty much what they're gonna look like. I'm not exactly sure how this one works anymore. To be quite honest with you, I have not played this in a while. I think it's just surviving for a while and then there's gonna be like a little cutscene. Because this boss fight, you can't really beat him as of yet. You just need to wait until something specific happens first, I guess. Well, oh, I have to lock on first. What am I doing here?
This ain't good.
I see. That was weird.
Listen up. Freeze guns authorized. Damn it! I'm authorizing missile use.
Well, now we can use missiles again. We have 11 health. So yeah, we're at least getting those back. Also, if you can... Okay, so there's this thing called concentration. Oh dear. Anyway, so as we're just fighting this big purple blob of blobbiness, what can I say? I don't want to talk about too much about the games and opinions on the game, because that'd just be a bit overkill right now. I think, at least. I feel that way. So yeah, we're just fighting this big blobby purple thing of fabulousness. And now we can use our missiles! Yay! Our missiles are now authorized, even though we were able to use them before. Fucking Adam. I hate him. I don't actually hate him as a character, but that's just stupid. The thing here, right then, that just, it's just stupid at times. I don't know. I don't think the story is as terrible and the voice acting and stuff is as terrible as everyone else thinks it is. But I do agree that the logic in the thing could have used some work. I like how the story is presented. I'm not really a fan of there being this many cutscenes at the beginning of the game, but that's the only real problem I have with that. So yeah, we beat our first boss. It's alright, it's just a thing to get you started. It's a bit scripted and like weird and I don't know, but you know.
Samus, looks like I'm gonna need to ask for your cooperation on this mission, but I'm also gonna have to ask that you follow my commands. You don't move unless I say so, and you don't fire until I say so.
Because fuck you.
Any objections, lady?
The thumbs up sign had been used by the Galactic Federation for ages. Me? I was known for giving the thumbs down during briefing. I had my reasons, though. Commander Adam Malkovich was normally cool and not one to joke around. But he would end all of his mission briefings by saying, "Any objections, lady?" He was joking, but others weren't. At the time, I felt surrounded by people who treated me like a child, or used kid gloves because I was a woman. And yet with Adam, I was grateful for the nod. My past has left me with an uneasy soul, and as a result, it touched me on some level that Adam would acknowledge that past by calling me something delicate, like lady. And I knew more than anyone that every word from Adam was deliberate. My thumbs down was a twofold response. A sign of derision at being called a lady, and a signal of my complete understanding of the mission orders. The other soldiers were always willing to support me with easy smiles despite the fact that I clearly had so much yet to learn. Among them was Anthony. In the face of his well-meaning behavior and that of the other soldiers, my response was to become increasingly bitter. I was a child, always with something to prove, a chip on my shoulder. And I was angry. I felt that if I let my guard down, I would easily be broken. And beyond that, I was scared. But even in the naivete of my youth, I could see in Adam's joking manner how close he felt to me. Adam knows my past, and he knows me better than anyone else. Confession time. Because I was so young when I lost both of my parents, there's no question I saw Adam as a father figure. When I rebelled against him, I knew I could get away with it. And his paternal compassion in the face of my rebellion reinforced the special bond I felt with him. I understood well that chances were slim that I would ever find anyone that understood me like Adam. And yet, when the time came, I still left his side. I was so young and naive.
Exactly what transpired here on the bottle ship is still uncertain. Here's what we do know. The equipment we thought had been destroyed is operational again. And we've seen casualties attributed to an unidentified and lethal creature. The situation is critical. We need to gather all the information we can, but priority one is to find any survivors and bring them to safety. Consider this site extremely dangerous. Be careful as you make your sweeps. And there's one problem. The wireless interference in this facility is all-pervasive. Your comm systems are useless. As a result, communication channels will be limited to the facility's navigation booths. Well then, Lyle, investigate Sector 1 and show a little restraint with the explosives.
Gotcha.
Maurice, you cover Sector 2. Repair any equipment you come across.
Affirmative.
Anthony, you're Sector 3. I'll leave it to you to decide whether plasma guns are called for.
All right.
James, check out the control bridge. Our communication issues might be the result of electrical interference.
Yes, sir.
And KG, run a complete sweep of the residential quarters and investigate any trace of survivors.
Got it.
Each of you is authorized to use a freeze gun. Do not forget to check in regularly via navigation booths. And Samus, you go to the system management room. Do everything you can to get the electrical system back up and running. Looks like your comm system is still functional. Remember, everything you see will also appear on this screen. Regarding auxiliary weapons, the use of bombs has been authorized. As far as your other weapons go, we will continue to investigate and authorize use as we can. However, we currently have no plans to authorize the use of power bombs. As you know, they have the ability to spread a high-temperature heat wave over a large area, impacting living things, which is a nice way of saying they can vaporize humans instantly. You should be well aware of how dangerous power bombs are, and how their devastation can't be obstructed with common materials. Once the mission in the system management room is complete, I need you to report back. I'll give you your next orders then. I want you all to be especially careful as you execute your missions. That's the end of the briefing.
It was the first joint mission I'd been a part of since becoming a freelance bounty hunter. And of course, it was the first time since my Federation days that I was following the orders of a commanding officer. Having received mission orders from Adam, I felt confused and strangely exhilarated at the unexpected turn of events. I responded. Understood, Adam.
No objections, of course.
Confession time! I have a boner. I don't know, I just thought that part of the thing was really weird, like how she says confession time as if she was like talking to a friend or something. As as far as I can gather, she's like making audio logs or something, or just documenting what happened, or just, I don't know, something like that. I'm not really sure, or she's just telling a story. I just always thought that that part was really weird. Alright, let's get a little extra thing here. We can now use bombs. We can get through these little walls. We get a missile tank. Missile tanks give us one more missile, obviously. Not 5 more, but that's because you have infinite missiles, it's just about how many you can use before you have to find a way to stand in one place and not do anything. Okay, let's save. Oh, I forgot the music thing that I was going to show was like that's not part of this. It's a part of, yeah, you know, whatever. Let's see. I really don't remember much about this game's secrets, at least. I remember most of the things that happen in the game, but the secrets is kind of a thing that I'm not very familiar with anymore. So yeah, alright. So yeah, I just thought it was kind of weird how she said confession time there. Ah! Stop doing that! I want to get down. I want to go down. I want to go down on Samus. So yeah, as you can probably already see, Samus is a bit, now that she has a voice, she's a bit different from what you would expect from Samus. To most, it's a change that they can absolutely not stand, because they always imagine Samus as this very strong, just badass female character, like the one female character that was really badass a long time and was kind of like a signal, like they were like, yay, feminism, it's there's some badass strong female character in the game. And now she's kind of turned a bit whiny again and things, but I don't mind this kind of Samus. Actually, I would have not really liked I'm not a big fan of these characters that are just badass just for the hell of being badass. I want there to be, first of all, I want there to be a reason for them to be like this, and I mean, Samus has all reason to be all depressive and stuff at times, because, I mean, she has lost her parents. Freaking hell. Just, her parents were killed. It's and by Ridley. I think that's what it says in like the comics or manga. I mean, I'm not sure about that, but you know. All right. That is weird. Certainly. It looks like I can't go through here. Maybe we need to find another way. I'm not completely sure. Like I said, I don't remember everything about this game and how it all goes. Can I jump off? No. Huh. I don't want to make this like really boring and just fuck up at the beginning of the game. I'm gonna make the first episode a bit longer because of all the cutscenes. I want you to see a bit of gameplay and action and stuff. But yeah. I really think this game is not as bad as some people might say. Let's just look if in the room we were in before, we can also go another way. Wasn't there another way out of this room? There. Can I go through there? No. Weird.
What are you doing? You need to get to the system management room.
I don't know what I'm doing, okay? Go away, I don't like you. Ah. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, I want to make this first episode a little longer so you can see some of the awesome action this game has to offer, because I really do think that, game-wise at least, it's pretty decent. It's pretty awesome. pretty solid. There might be some problems like in other areas of the game, but the game itself is pretty good, I think. Handles pretty well, stuff like that. Oh, I think I just need to kill all the enemies. Did I not do that before? I thought I did that before. Didn't I? Did I? Alright, that's not it. Door is still closed. Is there anything else here? Oh! Wait, so that energy tank was required? Now I feel a lot less clever. So yeah. So the system... Samus? There we go. So yeah, we got this little weird, like, we're just being attacked. Oh, I remember. You have to actually shoot missiles at the things. That's what you have to do to kill them, because they're actually nests that will spawn these things infinitely. Oh, there we go. So yeah, as you've probably already seen, you kind of can only shoot missions. Yeah, shoot missions at people. You have to collect 100 gold and bring it back to me. And you just imagine someone with like quests, with like a gun that shoots quests at people, with like written on like little note, little pieces of paper, like you have to do this and then I'll give you this, and that's the you have to shoot missions. Anyway. You can only shoot missiles in the first-person mode. You have to point the Wii remote at the screen. That's how you activate it. So yeah, some people are kind of like, yeah, that kind of takes too long for me. I just want to be able to shoot them right away, but there is a little thing to compensate for it. The first second or so in the new mode is like slowed down a fuck ton, like a lot. It's really slowed down and stuff. So there won't be like here. Yeah, the first second of it or so is really slowed down. So you don't really lose too much time. I don't think it's that bad. I guess people are not really fond of having to switch between these two controls, so I don't think it's that bad at all. I don't think it's too action. I actually think that little slow-mo effect is kind of cool. But you know, that's just me, I guess. Huh? Where could there be an item here? Oh! That's nice. Ah! There we go. We got another missile tank. Yeah. The missile tanks are not... Basically, the energy tanks and energy parts are what you want to find. And the reserve tanks. Those are pretty good, too. That's basically what you want to find. But... Oh, okay. See, the game is not completely lacking exploration. You just know where to go on the map. But, you know, it's more linear. You know where, like, you are told what place you have to go. But, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, these things are turned... Oh, okay, I have to use it... What? Oh, there we go. That's weird. Anyway. Just see if we can get some of the items here. I don't think we can. But let's check anyways. Oh, maybe I can get in there now. This is what that does. Let's see. Ah, oh, okay. That makes those go up again, I see. I don't remember how exactly to get this item. Let's just look in there. We have a first person mode. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be getting an item later with which we can get that. But I think there's another item that we can get here. Exactly here. Yeah, there we go. Another missile tank. In the beginning of the game, I kind of know my way around the beginning of the game, just not the rest. I'm not sure. It's weird. I'm weird. Ah! Let's just try to find at least some of the items. I mean, it's a Metroid game. We have to explore a bit. Let's save. And I think now that we're at a save point, we're gonna finally end this first episode off. Jesus, it's been long enough. Anyway, I'll see you next time on Metroid Other M. I hope you're enjoying the LP so far. Until then.